Good morning, TGIM. Here we go once again. Yes, I'm actually recording this on the Sunday before the Monday, being NFL's opening Sunday football day, and wearing and sporting the colors of the local team, being part of Chiefs Kingdom, of course. So we've got that in our pedigree, if you will, of our company, as Barn Fixer has adopted that color scheme. So it's pretty popular around here and really helps us achieve a lot of the things we're seeking out in terms of dreams and goals and aspirations and such. So how goes your dream? How goes that process for you? Are you finding some challenges as you go through it? And you know what? It's really normal to have the hiccups every now and then. Actually, there is a psychological flow, a transition of things as we age. Our company is turning 42 pretty soon, or 41 years anyway, we're in now. And when you've reached that stage, you've overcome the first 40 years of existence. And this applies to individuals as well, where most of your time in the first 40 years of life are about, competing with intimacy and isolation in terms of trying to figure out purpose and where you're going and why you're doing it. So we passed that stage, and any of you under 40 are probably maybe dealing with that kind of challenge where you're just trying to still figure things out. But here's the good news: when you hit the 40-year mark, and this will last all the way up to the 65-ish age, you then have a new type of challenge, if you will, of obstacle, that is one where you want to keep on generating activity, keep doing stuff that is positive and productive. Some of you, if you've been in a career for a long time, it might feel stale, and so you're battling that part of it versus being stagnant and not growing anymore, not doing much anymore except the day-to-day routine stuff that you've put yourself into a rut, maybe. So this is the kind of stage that we're at now. We're really wanting to choose between just, status quo, keep doing what we're doing, we're going to be fine, versus growing and generating more activity for more growth and more evolution. So if you're in that 40 to 65 bracket, that's probably where you're at. And you're starting, as we are, really thinking about legacy. What are we going to leave behind? What are we going to have that's growing and good as an asset, as an investment? So these are the challenges that we can be experiencing towards those goals and dreams, and thereby wanting to avoid at all costs the stagnant part, because that's where things stall out and get kind of dull. And then once you get over 65, it'll be about carrying that integrity forward and staying away from despair, staying away from feeling useless, if you will, as our purpose kind of wanes and we maybe go into retirement or so on and so forth. Not that as a business that would happen. You'd get a new generation to kick in to go back to maybe some intimacy versus isolation, or generating activity versus stagnation. So understanding this in our process can be huge, because the solutions in all three of these aspects have a basic commonality, and that is about being present with your family, with your loved ones, especially in the first 40 years. They're growing, the kids are aging upwards, and they're getting more involved in life. You and your wife or your spouse or your partner, your husband, are going through getting to know each other better. So it's very important that you have this beingness with your loved ones, with your family, with your mates, if you're not in so much of a family type atmosphere, and also your causes, if you're part of that too. Being part of something bigger really helps to stay in the right side of the feeling good about all your goal achievements and so on. So It's important that on the daily, therefore, that we always look to do some sort of contribution towards a vision or goal. Of course, you got to have that written down, preferably, right? So then you know that you can at least do something every day, little bit of something, just anything to move those yardsticks, like using a football analogy. You just got to keep moving the yardsticks, even if it's just inches. The good news is in this game of life, there's not just 3 or 4 downs to get to the next, first down, if you will. So you can do many downs in our life cycle to move up, as long as you're moving forward, not going backwards or getting sacked, right? So you want to keep going forward in any way, shape, or form. So you're touching all your to-do lists, you're going through the priorities, you're going through your dreams and your goals that you've written down regularly so that you can keep moving those yardsticks. And when we can do all that, then we have all these wonderful benefits that come from doing that. We have health, we have more productivity, we get more fulfillment out of this, higher self-esteem, more wellness, more joy. We just have this good feeling more often than not. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be on the rise. But if you're always conscious about this direction, then it can happen a lot more often. And that's our goal, right? Live life fully. Live life fully means always doing something that we can say we're growing with, and thereby have all these great things that make us feel good, that give us a greater purpose, so that our us becomes better, not just us individually as a team or a family, but our whole community, our whole country, our whole world, if we can in any way, shape, or form, by doing things in kindness and in service. Oh, another big mouthful of information here that you can play with and think about as we head towards achieving our goals on this wonder-filled journey we call life. Oh, have yourselves an awesome day in that pursuit and a fantastic week. Just remember doing a little bit every day, and take care and keep smiling. Cheers and ciao.